Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well this week. We're going to begin a series this week focused on a project that we recently completed, and this is an incredible project. It's a project that we did in partnership or in collaboration with a company called Tiffany Skilling Interiors. Tiffany is an incredibly talented designer that has put together one of the most amazing projects we've ever been a part of, and it's a 4-story brownstone in downtown Carmel that really had virtually nothing untouched. There may be in a few areas, but you're not going to be able to pick up where they are. And on every floor, there was an incredible amount of design that Tiffany's team put together, and in turn, there was an incredible amount of work and complexity and detail that our staff at the Lifestyle Group executed and implemented. I will not say to perfection, but we did a really, really good job. And I say that not in an arrogant or pat myself on the back sense, because it really wasn't me at all. It was the team of people that I have here and the folks that worked on site for many, many months bringing this thing to fruition. And so we're going to take a little bit of a different angle. I know that Tiffany's team and her company are going to probably focus a lot from a design perspective. And we're going to take a focus of talking about this project from the perspective of execution and how there are things that go into the creation of this that you as a homeowner or even as a remodeling peer of ours might be interested in saying, okay, well, we didn't really understand that that's what took place in order to accomplish this, or we didn't pick up on that detail. So for every floor of this 4-story brownstone, we went through and had a conversation about interesting elements and features of this particular project to give you a little bit of behind the scenes of the what and the why and how this thing came together and the things that we had to think about to create and to construct and to bring Tiffany's vision to life. The clients are amazing people. They really, really, really are a wonderful family. And so they have been nothing but a great partner as we've lived with them over many months. And you'll even probably pick up in the exchange throughout these discussions about this project that we have a fondness for them because they've taken our folks in and made them part of the family. And, we build relationships over the course of a project, and not every project does that happen. But when a client, as one of my employees, Jared, said, when a client opens up and takes you in and interacts with you and makes you feel important and special, that they really, really enjoy working for those folks in the field. And it doesn't mean that's how it has to be, but it's just a nice touch when you're going to what becomes our guy's office every day to work. So I think if you have an opportunity, this one is definitely one that you can listen to the podcast and you can pick up on things. But if you can get onto YouTube and you can see the videos of this, and if you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook and really pick up on the detail and follow the things that we did in this project, I think you're going to find it very, very interesting, probably learn a few things. And if nothing else, you're going to get a really good sense of our abilities and the ability for us to do I would say our ability to be incredible craftsmen on a project and do some very, very detailed things that aren't just being done day to day. Obviously, when you have a project like this where you have so many details and so many moving parts, you have challenges that are going to arise. And I think that the ability of everyone on this project to adapt and to work in the best interest of the client is what made this successful. And you can imagine that after working in somebody's home for many months, that they might just be ready to be done with you and say, goodbye, thank you so much. But they were so gracious in letting us get a lot of video and a lot of pictures and a lot of things to document the end result of what we did. And we're really, really proud of it and hope that you'll enjoy what we share with you. So Our intent is to be helpful for those who are looking for tips, and that we can create a learning opportunity for some of you. Also to let you just see some of the details that Tiffany's team put together, which we're super proud to be able to have pulled off and to created this for her as well. Her team is really, really good, and they're so good at what they do. And I would highly encourage any one of you to engage somebody like Tiffany Skilling Interiors on a project as you're giving consideration to something, particularly if you're looking for something with a lot of detail and something that's elaborate and that you want to make a statement. And with that, I'll let you get into the first conversation that we've put together to talk about an element of this project. Okay, so bring us in. We're coming in the front door. This is what the guests would see for the first time, and this is stunning. Yeah. There is so much detail in here, just in this foyer. I want you to talk through that for me.
Yeah, we have...
And what went into it.
Yeah, we had a ton of detail in here. Trim detail, tile detail, in-floor heat, and then obviously lighting and all of the accessories. So, going into the detail of this trim,
Tiffany laid out a vision, right?
Yeah, so essentially I had the overall style given to me, and then the size of particular furniture that they were going to use. So they knew they were going to use this, they knew they were going to use this mirror. And then things were based off of that. The sconces were taken into consideration when laying out this wall. So this 5 panels was designed so that this one would be in the center, that the mirror would overlay the way it does and be balanced with the sconces. So all of this was given to me as a visual to then be able to execute. So we have in-floor heat in the under the marble floor. Not much changed except for just a closet unit in the hall closet.
Mm-hmm. And now, the thing that I'm most interested in this space, because I don't want to say easy, but you like this panel laid itself out. This panel laid itself out, right? But yeah, there was definitely an area that did not lay itself out at all, and that is that stairway. And I want you to talk about how you executed this, because I know there was a point where we asked Tiffany and her team what did they envision for the stairway detail going up, and this is what you created that they envisioned, right?
Yes. So we had the design of the foyer. We knew what we were going to, the style as far as the step, trim, and the 2-piece detail. So from that point, it always starts off with a blank slate. So I have, painted drywall, and you get out a laser level, you get out, a big 6-foot level, and you start making marks on the walls. All of these spacings are all going to be based off of an actual wood spacer. So when we come in here and start marking everything out, we'll actually put on the baseboard. The baseboard sets the precedent for the angle of the lower trim. We'll put a spacer in between there, we'll put on the lower trim, or we'll be able to draw where the lower trim goes. And then as we put on one piece, then we can use a spacer to mathematically keep everything very even, very pleasing to the eye, and very accurate.
And same thing on the top, but even doing that crown detail on the angle.
So the crown detail going up and around was not the easiest thing. But a lot of trial and error and a lot of angles cut, we were able to execute with.
So this one wasn't a measure twice and cut once.
No,
type of
I was literally in this stairwell for probably 2 weeks.
2 weeks of all of that detail.
Yeah.
So when people say, "Hey, can I just get some crown?" in my stairway. It's not just getting some crown in your stairway, right?
Correct.
But stunning. It's beautiful. It really is. You guys did an amazing job on this.
Awesome. It's always fun to be given the opportunity to do some really intricate things.
Yeah. Even look at this little panel right here.
Yeah.
And all the detail.
All of it has to follow up.
I mean, that is...
Yeah, the other thing we ran into was locations of outlets and switches. So I'll say that about 70% of the switches had to get moved one way or the other. And then some, we had limitations. So this one was over farther and it was going to block this. Now, I had limitations with the elevator and framing to be able to bring this all the way over. So, you know, if we were going to sacrifice it, it was going to be on the smaller trim. And you might notice that in some other places where we had to do that. When you have so much trim, it's a balance. You have to kind of, you know, short of planning it out from a new build where you have the electrician involved in that plan, it can be difficult. So we worked with our electricians to be able to accommodate all the details, the art lights, the switches, outlets moving, and then all of the very nice light fixtures.